Hello and welcome. This is the weekly digest of the top stories and key events from Uzbekistan. Sergei Mironov, a member of Russia's State Duma, proposed a visa regime for Uzbek citizens after the Uzbek consulate in Kazan advised Uzbeks against joining the Russian military. This call arose after the consulate reminded Uzbeks that joining foreign military conflicts could lead to legal repercussions in Uzbekistan. Mironov criticized Uzbeks for benefiting from Russian welfare programs while allegedly avoiding military service. In response, Uzbek officials, including Millet Ikhtiyarlar Party leader Alisher Ganiev and parliament member Bekmurodov, defended the consulate statement, highlighting that Uzbeks support the Russian economy through their labor and should not be expected to engage in conflicts. Bekmurodov added that Mironov's comments could harm Uzbek-Russian diplomatic ties. Uzbekistan's central bank reported that the supply of foreign currency exceeded demand in the first half of 2024, which helped stabilize the foreign exchange market. A significant factor in this balance was a 31% increase in foreign currency sales by citizens, totaling $7.2 billion. This influx allowed the Uzbek sum to experience a slight appreciation against the US dollar by 0.5% in June, despite a year-to-date depreciation of 1.63%. The central bank attributed this trend to Eurobond issuance, rising gold prices and currency interventions. Experts cautioned that the Uzbek sum appreciation may be temporary, though the year-on-year 13% reduction in the currency gap signifies an effort to curb volatility in the local market. President Mirziyoyev signed into law amendments to Uzbekistan's administrative and criminal codes, significantly increasing penalties for domestic violence against children. Under the new amendments, minor physical abuse can lead to fines ranging from 10 to 20 times base calculations value, or up to 15 days of arrest, while more severe abuse could result in up to 3 years of imprisonment. This marks an expansion of Uzbekistan's legal protections, which previously covered only spousal abuse cases. Additionally, the law clarifies that reconciliation in domestic violence cases is permissible only until the judge's deliberation, strengthening legal protections for children and underscoring Uzbekistan's commitment to reducing domestic violence. Starting on November 15th, Uzbekistan Airways will launch direct flights between Tashkent and Lahore, Pakistan, followed by a new route to Hangzhou, China, on November 15th. This expansion aims to deepen Uzbekistan's trade and tourism links with South Asia and China. The Tashkent-Lahore road is anticipated to boost travel for business and tourism, especially benefiting the Pakistani community, which has welcomed Uzbekistan's recent visa simplification efforts. Meanwhile, the Hangzhou flights align with the recent C5+1 Civil Aviation Conference agreement, allowing up to 100 weekly flights between Uzbekistan and China, thereby strengthening trade and cultural exchange. Ticket prices for the Hangzhou road start at 4,046,000 Uzbek sums for a one-way ticket. In addition, Uzbekistan has signed an agreement with Tanzania to establish direct passenger and cargo flights starting in 2025. This connection will link Uzbekistan to Tanzania's iconic tourist destinations, including Zanzibar. The 21 weekly passenger flights are expected to boost tourism and trade, opening opportunities for Tanzanian travelers interested in Uzbekistan's pilgrimage sites, while providing Uzbek tourists access to Zanzibar's renowned beaches. The new route presents a unique cultural and economic opportunity, enhancing Uzbekistan's global connectivity. President Mirziyoyev announced a $50 million initiative as part of the National Green Space Project to combat desertification and increase Uzbekistan's green spaces. This year, 2,000 hectares of land were leased to residents and entrepreneurs to expand greening efforts. Plans for drought-resistant planting involve establishing gardens in Nukus, Arnasai, Karakul and Murabek by 2025, supported by sapling production in collaboration with the Academy of Sciences. Using South Korean methods, 2 million saplings suited to the local climate will be cultivated, with drones sowing drought-resistant seeds over 250,000 hectares of desert land. This program also includes creating parks in local communities and utilizing rainwater for irrigation. Uzbekistan's Foreign Minister Bakhtiyor Saidov signed a Memorandum of Cooperation with Czech Foreign Minister Jan Lipavsky, aiming to boost bilateral relations in Tashkent. The agreement covers economic, diplomatic and cultural exchanges, focusing on expanding trade and regular collaboration between the two countries. Saidov expressed confidence that the memorandum will enhance economic diplomacy and facilitate deeper ties, building on discussions held in New York in September. The Czech Republic also plans to open Trade Promotion Agency office in Tashkent to drive trade development and future projects. 19-year-old Alisher Ganiev won Uzbekistan's first ever gold medal at U23 Greco-Roman Wrestling World Championships in Albania, defeating Russian wrestler Denislam Bamatov in the 60 kg category. This heroic victory highlights Uzbekistan's progress in sport, and it marks the nation's first gold medal at Youth World Championships for Greco-Roman wrestling, Ganiev's 8-4 win not only brings pride to Uzbekistan, but also sets a precedent for the country's youth sports on the international stage. At the Interregional Cooperation Forum, Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan signed 76 agreements worth over $352 million, aimed at expanding trade and logistics links between the two countries. Initiatives include a proposal from Mangistau region governor Nurdaulet Kilibai to establish a duty-free trade zone on the Kazakhstan-Uzbekistan border, potentially quadrupling trade volume. Uzbekistan's Prime Minister Abdullah Aripov noted that while progress has been made, there is significant untapped potential in the trade and industrial cooperation. The two countries also discussed logistics with 18 passenger routes and plans to create a regional Made in Uzbekistan trading platform. President Mirziyoyev attended the BRICS summit in Kazan, where Uzbekistan was granted partner status, joining 12 other nations. This new status opens doors for deeper economic ties with BRICS countries. Mirziyoyev discussed strategic partnerships with leaders including India's Prime Minister Modi and Turkey's President Erdogan, and emphasized Uzbekistan's interest in BRICS projects on artificial intelligence, green development and digital economy. During his address, he called for a ceasefire and humanitarian aid in the Israel-Palestine conflict, advocating for a two-state solution. He highlighted global challenges like growing inequalities and the need for reforms in governance. On regional security, he urged international support for Afghanistan and stronger cooperation on issues like food security and poverty reduction. According to Uzbekistan Statistics Agency, the population reached 37.4 million as of October 1, 2024, with an average daily growth of 2,000 people. This 2.1% increase from the previous year is driven by high birth rates and improved healthcare. The government is likely to prioritize future planning in urban development, healthcare and social services to support the rapidly growing population. In a late-night attack on October 26, former government official Komil Allamjonov survived an assassination attempt outside his home in the Kibray district. Two unidentified assailants fired multiple shots at Allamjonov's car, but fled when he escaped unharmed. The incident occurred just weeks after the dismissal from his role at the presidential administration. No suspects or motives have been identified, and the investigation is ongoing. That's all for this week. See you next time. Bye.